First of all, introduce yourself to everybody.
My name's John Carlson.
John, where are you from, John?
Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Minneapolis. Well, welcome to. How long have you guys been in Pittsburgh now?
April 30th we came out.
April
so
30th.
About 10 weeks.
So is it catching on the whole Pittsburgh?
It is, exactly. My wife's worried I'm going to stay out here. So. We do like it. It's been a good experience, and we finally like the city. So.
Now, why are you here at the Ronald McDonald House?
We're here because my son, well, we originally came out, I'd been out here in January of '09 to talk to the transplant department about liver transplant for, at that point, it was our 7-week-old son, Brady. He ended up getting his transplant back in Minnesota, but he developed a number of complications from that surgery and from that transplant. And then so in November of last year, my wife and I and Brady came out for evaluation for a second liver transplant. And so we stayed at the Ronald McDonald House. It had just recently opened at that time. At least this building had recently opened. And then he got listed on the transplant list in November right away while we were here. And then we came out here April 30th because Brady was very, very sick, and our hospital back home kind of didn't know what to really do for him, so we decided to come out here. Last Tuesday, he did receive a second liver transplant.
Wow.
Yeah, so the timing,
it's amazing.
It is amazing.
That's good news as a dad to
it's
hear that.
huge news. Yeah, it has worked out so well, and he's doing great, and we've had a real good experience. And like I said, the timing to receive it last week has been, we're ecstatic about the timing.
Now, as a parent being in like a situation like that, how much easier is it to kind of deal with a place like the Ronald McDonald House here, where it's almost like a hotel for you parents to stay in while he's getting treatment, right?
It is. It's a fabulous place, especially coming from a city where you don't know, to a brand new city where we've never been before, to not have to worry about lodging, number one, and then to not only have the lodging part of it, but to have the support, to have the meals that different families and people donate, and not have to worry about that. Plus the fact about even expense being a low, as far as a very minimal expense to stay here,
yeah,
is huge, because obviously we've been here for 10 weeks. We're probably going to be here for another 12 weeks. So we're talking about 5 or 6 months, and to come to a city and have to either pay for a hotel or pay for some other lodging. I mean, with all the other things about, I've been on leave for my job, so to have to not worry basically about where you're going to stay and how much it's going to cost.
You wouldn't even be able to recover from things like that, really. I mean, if you think about it, I mean, you're worried about Brady and his transplants and stuff like that.
Yeah, and plus his medical expenses, and not have to really worry about the expenses of where to stay. And I always say that from here to Brady's room is 330 steps away. So
you've counted now.
Back and forth, needless to say. So yeah, we've been back and forth a little bit, and plus with being right next door where you just go through the walkway, when Brady was very sick and we would have a lot of trouble with him crying, my wife and I would have to swap out all the time.
Mm-hmm.
We'd take about 3 or 4 hour shifts, and so a lot of times she would call me at 4 o'clock in the morning and say, I need a little break, and so we would switch out during that time, and to not have to worry about going outside or how we're going to get there, to get in your car or anything like that, and literally be there in 5 minutes. It's just huge.
What's your day-to-day life here? Like we were lucky enough to take a tour and see everything that goes on here, but like for Brady's treatments, or just how your living situation is.
Yeah, right now it's been a little bit nice as far as, so Brady's in the PICU, so obviously he's a one-to-one nurse and he's sedated, so it's a little bit different situation now that my wife and I do get to stay together at nights here at the Ronald McDonald House, and we're with each other kind of the whole day. Now once Brady goes up to the floor where he's alert, and we never leave him at all. So then it's just a matter of, we literally take about 4-hour shifts, or depending how he's doing, and so somebody is always with him. So most of the time when someone's with him, the other person's here at the Ronald McDonald sleeping, doing laundry, eating, since they have a very nice full kitchen in each room.
That was the first thing we looked at when we came here. They took us to the big kitchen. We were pretty impressed.
It absolutely is. It's a full-size, basically a full-size refrigerator, and then the one bedroom, and we use, when we have help that comes, that we use both. They have a pull-out bed and they have the bedroom too. So yeah, we can't ask for anything more.
So you said about 5 or 6 more months you plan on being here?
We'll be hopefully about 3 months here. So
3
we're
months.
shooting. Our goal is to be got by the end of September, maybe, to be back home if everything goes okay. But so yeah, it's just a matter of what'll happen too is that once Brady gets stable enough where if we were locally, that we could go back home. But obviously that's not going to happen. So then they'll discharge us to the Ronald McDonald house, and we'll care for Brady here, and then just go to clinic appointments 2 days a week at the clinic until they feel like he is stable enough to go home, where that we won't have to worry about the care. I mean, to be that far away from here, that they'll be okay with us.
Yeah.
So it's a perfect spot now for, like I say, for us sleeping and living day to day. But then we will bring Brady back over to the home until he is be able to discharge. So it'll actually be our own little apartment day to day living until that time.
That's good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's good stuff.
Exactly. So
well, thank you for joining us and kind of sharing your story and everything.
Go get your nap in for the day.
Well, we've been, like I said, we've been sleeping pretty good at night now that we know he's well taken care of and sleeping. So the days are much easier. But yeah, like I said, you don't realize the Ronald McDonald house until you need it.
Yeah.
You can talk about it all you want a little bit, but until a family experiences, you have no idea with all these families and to share each other's stories.
You probably become family with like
the
staff here and everything too.
Exactly, and other family members that are here and other families, so you get to know them very well.
That's awesome, man. Well, thank you for sharing your story. We really appreciate it. And best of luck to you and your wife and Brady. Hopefully you get him out of here pretty soon. Even though it's nice here,
even though you like it.
No, you get him on back to Minnesota.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. We appreciate that.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us, buddy.
Yeah.
Definitely.